Protecting Pope Francis during his visit to New York City is a massive job. And as you can see, security is extremely tight this morning with thousands of police officers on duty. The crowds on Fifth Avenue last night were overwhelming as the Pope traveled to and from St. Patrick's Cathedral. Francis will be crisscrossing Manhattan today, not in a Blade helicopter, but with stops at the UN, Ground Zero, East Harlem, and Central Park, and Madison Square Garden. The Pope's schedule will stretch the NYPD's resources to the limit.
It's a very special time, a very challenging time.
Police Commissioner William Bratton is looking to build on the success of the Pope's trip to Washington by dedicating more than 7,000 officers to protect him in New York.
What are some of the security challenges?
Oh, there are many. This is a Pope that's made it quite clear in his travels around the world that he wants to mix and mingle. And for us, nothing but security nightmares.
Unlike Washington, where the Pope mobile slowly moved up a city street, his meet and greet procession in New York is limited to a controlled corridor in Central Park.
Where we're walking right now, this green right over to your left, my left, will be wall-to-wall people as well as along here. It's an ideal location.
In addition to thousands of officers on the ground, NYPD helicopters are watching all of the Pope's movement from above.
Here we go.
James Waters is the NYPD's chief of counterterrorism.
How much detail can you see what's going on at street level from this helicopter?
You can see, basically, you can see the color of someone's eyes.
Powerful cameras aside, these eyes in the sky can also detect threats that are not visible.
This aircraft is also equipped with radiological detection equipment, so they can do aerial surveys, not only of the routes and the areas and the venues, but of the entire city.
And today, the Pope is expected to cover nearly all of Manhattan.
Pope Francis will not be the only guest in town. Over 90% of the world leaders will be here at the UN, and that's why these helicopters are so important.
The NYPD will also use boats to patrol and restrict access to many of the city's waterways.
People forget Manhattan is an island.
Surrounded by water.
Right. So you've got to protect.
So we have a lot to protect, and we're going to be protecting the Pope and the UN General Assembly and the President of the United States when he arrives.
This 70th meeting of the United Nations General Assembly is the largest to date. And its confluence with the papal visit has Police Commissioner William Bratton calling it the greatest test of his department's preparedness.
Is it unprecedented?
It is unprecedented in a sense of the security challenge to us. From a crowd management control point of view, this is the largest we've ever been engaged in because of, one, the sheer magnitude of the number of people we're going to have to protect.
And that means gridlock for just about everyone else. Stop. Police escorts will be provided for no less than 200 motorcades of foreign dignitaries, including the Pope.
Is it a challenge moving him around the city?
It will not be a challenge moving him because we literally freeze everything to move him. And you don't want to be driving a car in New York. Take the subway. Definitely a walk.
You know the NYPD is the best in the world, but I got to see it up close, and it's just amazing the technology they have, the manpower, woman power, great group.
We don't give them enough credit.
No, it is just an amazing task they have. About half the park's going to be closed, you know,
Yeah.
and usually the busiest half.